Hey, welcome back to the Lost Artistry Lash channel. My name's Caitlin, and today I'm going to show you how I create a mega volume strip lash look. For any mega volume set, you're gonna need the right products. Doesn't matter if you're a handmade artist or a pre-made fan artist, it all comes down to the right dimensions and diameters, as well as fan types that you're using. So today, my choice in products are a mix of handmades and pre-mades. That's gonna make me super speedy and keep my set looking full and dramatic, just like my client wants. Here's a quick look at my map. As you can see on the top layer, I'm gonna be working with some spikes. I'm only gonna be placing about 6 to 8 spikes across the entire top layer. So not a lot of spikes, that's gonna keep them nice and defined and really help them stand out. I am working with 0.07 decurl for my spikes in quite extreme lengths. My client really does like drama. And to keep the base super dramatic, I'm gonna be working with Lost Artistry's mid-stem pre-made fans in C curl. So a different curl on the bottom layer than on the top layer, and that's gonna help the lashes on the top, those spikes, to stand out and be super noticeable. So D curl on the top, C curl on the bottom. My lengths today are quite dramatic. My shortest length is gonna be 11 millimeters on the base, and I'm quickly jumping up from there. My base shape, as you can see here in the map, is going to go from 11 to 15 millimeter. Then for my spikes, those decurl lashes, I'm gonna work with 2 millimeters longer than the base shape. That's gonna give me a nice amount of noticeability for the spikes, but not too much. I'm not looking for big spider legs coming out, just the right amount of texture and drama. So my lengths for my spikes are going to be 14 to 17 millimeters. 17, of course, sitting with that 15 millimeter base shape. Any type of set like this takes real layering techniques. The way that I like to work for my signature strip lash look is to work on the bottom layer first. Bottom layer gives me that density and darkness and fullness, so I'm gonna cover that 100%. The bottom layer coverage is so important. The reason why is because that is what the client sees when they open their eyes. So especially with mega volume, if you're not using full coverage along the bottom layer, you might notice some gaps along there where it almost looks like the lashes are unintentionally placed, but it's just a gap where the natural lash lives. So bottom layer coverage is of utmost importance for this style. Same with that top layer. The top layer you must place your spikes on. Otherwise, they're gonna blend in with the rest of the set and they are not going to be super noticeable. So you have to work with strategy here. If you need more information on how to work with layers and how to comfortably cover all the lashes, Advanced Texture is our online course. It's a super advanced course. It doesn't matter if you're advanced to take it, by the time you're finished the course, you will absolutely be an advanced artist. So that's online at lostartistrylash.com. Such a great course. It teaches you all the most advanced styles that you can dream up. It's amazing. So let's cover that bottom layer. Now we're ready to move on to our spikes. But before we get into the top layer details, go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe so we can keep these videos coming right to your screen. For the spikes, you're gonna wanna use Foreplay product. It is a great product. All you do is take a little dip with a micro swab and place just a small amount across the tips and base of your lashes. This is gonna help to easily release the lashes from the strip And it's also gonna help keep the lashes together in a bundle at the tip for that strip lash look. When we're placing our spikes, because they are the focal point of your set, direction and proper placement is an absolute must. Direction meaning all of your spikes will look exactly the same on eye to eye. None will kind of tilt in a weird direction. You have to have a plan when it comes to direction because the spikes really are the focal point of the set. If you make a mistake when placing any of your spikes, just go ahead and remove it and put a new one on. Totally fine. I do that all the time throughout my sets. You don't have to commit to anything. If a lash looks funky, there's nothing wrong with removing it and replacing it with another one. And on the note about placement, placement is super important as well. That base should be perfectly flush with the natural lash in order for the spikes to last. Because if we're only placing 6 to 8 spikes across the entire eye, we're really gonna wanna make sure that they last. Take my inspection mirror to see what the lashes look like with the eyes open, because from a lasher's point of view, the set will look completely different than it does with the eyes open. So take your inspection mirror, really move that eye around to see how the lash set is looking. And then for me, I like to decide based on how it looks. And this really comes down to theory. So volume theory is so important. Understanding the fans that you're using, understanding your curls, everything like that. The science behind the lashes, so important. Again, we do teach that in our advanced course and our volume mastery as well. If you need more volume theory and you want to feel more confident in choosing the right lashes for each style. But the reason why I'm saying that is because when I look, I need to know what I have to do in order to bring the set to life for my client. So my bottom layer is done, my top layer is done, and now I have to decide which products I'm going to use on the middle and the rest of that top layer. Today, my choice is going to be really narrow lashes along that middle layer. That's gonna give me extra darkness, but I'm also gonna put some wet lashes in there as well. So it's gonna give me that additional texture, but also additional darkness. So this set really is a concoction of everything, and that's where your styling knowledge comes into play. It's up to you to be able to look at the client and know exactly what you have to do. So just to recap, the bottom layer of this set is done with 100% 15D C-curl lashes. The top layer is where I placed those 6 to 8 spikes. I did use 8 today. And that's all done with 0.07 diameter D-curl. Also on the top layer, I worked with shorter lengths and feathering in a mix of semi-open fans and closed wet lashes. And that was a mix of C and D curl to really blend everything together. And then my middle layer is a mix of wet lashes and semi-open fans as well. That's gonna give me lots of darkness. That middle layer actually was 0.03 diameter lashes. So we have 0.03 on the bottom, 0.03 in the middle, and then 0.07 for the spikes, and 0.07 again across the base of the top layer. A really intense map, but let's see what it looks like. At the end of my set, it is so important to make sure those lashes last. And if you want 4+ weeks retention, Superbonder is a must. Take your Superbonder, put a thin strip right across the base. It's not only going to make the lashes last better and hold on to that natural lash, but it's also going to keep those fans sitting exactly how you made them. So the shape is gonna stay the same. If you're using open fans, they're gonna stay open. If you want wet lashes, they're gonna stay closed.